is Info Hub. Tonight we begin by telling you that Guyana and its Caribbean neighbor Trinidad and Tobago earlier today signed a Memorandum of Understanding for cooperation in the energy sector. This comes as Prime Minister Keith Rowley begins a two-day state visit. Stacey Carmichael was at the signing and filed this report.
The MOU was signed at State House between President David Granger and Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Keith Rowley. President Granger said the signing of the MOU represents a step forward for the two countries, which have enjoyed fruitful relations for many years. Apart from energy cooperation, the head of state pointed to several other areas of interest which will be pursued.
There are other areas of interest, and we extended our conversations to deal with agriculture, to deal with sport, to deal with youth, to deal with security, to deal with cooperation in other fields. And we expect that as a result of this engagement today, relations between our two republics will become stronger.
President Granger described the relationship between the two countries as a foundation for the Caribbean community, CARICOM.
Trinidad and Tobago is one of the most developed countries in the Caribbean in terms of its economy, in terms of manufacturing, in terms of the exports, in terms of standard of living, in terms of education. And Guyana, of course, is the largest CARICOM state. We have abundant raw materials, natural resources, gold, diamonds, timber, manganese, bauxite. And we are confident that by collaborating, we'll be able to combine the natural resources of Guyana with the entrepreneurial expertise, capital, and investment from Trinidad and Tobago.
Prime Minister Rowley, echoing similar sentiments, said the meeting represents the documentation of the two countries to do more in terms of neighborly relations for the economic benefit of both sides.
We anticipate that the role of the governments in laying the groundwork and providing the encouragement for our private sectors to seize opportunities which are available to both countries of this kind could only be a good thing for the people of Trinidad and Tobago and for the people of Guyana.
Minister of Foreign Affairs Carl Greenidge, Minister of Business Dominic Gaskin, Minister of Agriculture Noel Holder, and other senior officials from Guyana and Trinidad were present at the signing ceremony. The high-level Trinidad delegation is here for a two-day state visit. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Meanwhile, President David Granger is setting the record straight with regards to the MOU. Today, the head of state made it clear that there will be no sellout of the country's natural resources to Trinidad and Tobago, describing such allegations as fear-mongering. Here are the details.
President Granger responded to speculation surrounding the state visit by Trinidad's Prime Minister and the signing of the Energy Cooperation MOU. He said there is nothing in the agreement that seeks to harm any of the two states.
There is no sellout. There were some unjustified fears that Guyana is giving away the family jewels, but that can't be true. It is simply a means of collaborating. Trinidad is bringing years of experience, not only in production, but also in marketing, in gas, in oil spills, in dealing with multinational corporations. And the MOU is a means of benefiting from Trinidad's advice and experience and expertise that has been built up over a long period of time.
President Granger emphasized that the fears of a giveaway of Guyana's natural resources are completely unjustified. Trinidad and Tobago's Prime Minister Keith Rowley also sought to clarify the misrepresentation.
There's nothing in that MOU that says that this is something that we shouldn't talk about in public. In fact, we are talking about it. It's a document that drives us to do certain things. And none of what we agreed to do there is something that will not be to the benefit of the people of Guyana or the people of, it wouldn't hurt anybody.
Prime Minister Rowley expressed disappointment at the suggestion of a takeover of Guyana's fortunes by his country.
We are working towards ensuring that we as a people, not just a people of Trinidad and Tobago, but a people of the CARICOM, Guyana, Trinidad and Tobago, do better for ourselves. And to come up against that is disappointing. And to the extent that there is any potential takeover, which I don't think is happening or is going to happen, it is simply the participation of a good neighbor working with those who have the need for our presence.
President Granger reminded that the two countries shared relations spanning decades in both strategic and economic terms. For InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Today, Guyana also signed a loan agreement with the Islamic Development Bank amounting to close to $4.2 billion for the upgrade of the Guyana Power and Light Incorporated. The agreement was signed in Kuwait between Finance Minister Winston Jordan and the IDB's Vice President Sector Operations Mansour Muhtar. The loan will support GPL's upgrade program, a component of its development and expansion program for 2014 to 2021. Additionally, the Islamic Development Bank's reverse linkage project will assist in updating Guyana's expertise and technology in rice production, and the ISB's grant for the modernization and upgrade of the Palms Geriatric Facility. More details on our website.
Mommy, you can't smoke in the room, you can get the baby sick.
He can't get sick. I lock up in this room. She's over there.
Mommy, you never heard about third-hand smoking? That is when the smoke gets into the fabric, like the chair and upholstery, and it still affects people that comes in the room.
First it was second-hand smoke, now it's third-hand smoke.
Mommy, you know I love you, and I want to see you quit. I don't want baby to have developmental problems like asthma and lung disease.
Let's all work together to prevent cigarette smoking-related illnesses.
Welcome back. Some good news for consumers. Access to vital information has been made easier for consumers and business investors through the launching of a website which will better inform them of their rights and obligations according to the Competition and Fair Trade Act and the Consumer Affairs Act. Crystal Stahl tells us more.
CCAC Director Dawn Cush said apart from quick and direct access, the website aims to inform consumers and investors of their rights and obligations and boosting their confidence on the local market.
Any member of the public can access this site, get relevant information for both the Consumer Affairs Unit and the Competition Policy Unit. They can know their rights.
Chairman of the Commission, Ronald Birch Smith, noted the level of unfamiliarity that exists among consumers on their rights and obligations under the Consumer Affairs legislation. He believes the website will change this.
We feel it's our duty to create an informed consumer base so that firms have a greater incentive to compete on service and on quality rather than engage in a race to the bottom. Too many scarce resources are wasted by consumers in replacing goods that in a more healthy and informed consumer rights environment would not be offered for sale in the first place.
According to Birch Smith, the CCAC has been conducting a number of sensitization seminars across the country, along with random pop-up visits at various stores to inform consumers of their rights and investors of their obligations. He said the website is part of the Commission's broader objective of embracing digital technology and reaching a wider audience.
But it allows more people to participate in the work that we do. The website, as you'll see later, has forms for persons to interact with us, so no longer does someone have to come to Sapphire, sit at the desk, fill out a form. They can complete a complaint online from the comfort of their own home or office or anywhere where they have an internet connection and a browser.
Investors and consumers are urged by the CCAC to utilize the website on ccac.gov.gy to get informed of their rights and obligations. Reporting for InfoHub, Crystal Stahl.
High-risk expectant mothers will now benefit from a rehabilitated maternity waiting home at the Georgetown Indigenous Residence. The facility will accommodate some 13 pregnant mothers from the hinterland. Seneca Thorne was there and filed this report.
The renovated maternity waiting home allows pregnant women to travel to Georgetown several weeks before delivery, await the onset of labor, and be quickly rushed to the main referral hospital for safe delivery. At the facility's commissioning, Minister Vola Lawrence said it is part of the government's strategy to end maternal, prenatal and neonatal deaths.
Our mandate is to increase access to health services and reduce maternal deaths by bridging the geographical barriers to access quality health care. Our goal is to provide the same level of care that pertains in the coastal regions in our hinterland regions.
The project was executed by the Ministry of Public Health with Inter-American Development Bank funding. The facility is equipped with modern amenities such as beds and cupboards, a television set, microwave and washroom facilities. Minister Sini Alikok described it as a significant achievement for the ministry as it endeavors to provide quality of services to the indigenous peoples.
Today marks another milestone in the history of health care for indigenous peoples, hinterland peoples, and in a bigger sense, the Guyanese people. I would like to say to you that this is not the end, but we have to continue to work, we have to continue to understand, and we would love to hear your comments of how we could make things better for you.
The $800,000 project began in January 2018. It is part of a $1.6 million project that will see several other facilities being furnished. Guyana now has 3 maternity waiting homes, one in Suddy Region 2, Georgetown Region 4, and Lethem in Region 9. Similar facilities will be constructed in Anai Region 9 and Maruka Region 1. Sinika Thorne, InfoHub.
And finally, after the successful completion of an early childhood education project in the hinterland, improving emergent literacy and numeracy, the Education Ministry will now be distributing toolkits to nursery schools on the coastland. Tiffany Rogers has this report.
Minister of Education Nicolette Henry said the project's success solidifies the need for national scale-up of components.
I will want to speak about early childhood education resource toolkits, which have been purchased and will be delivered in the coming weeks to all nursery schools in the coastland regions. Secondly, the project was able to provide same for the early childhood education spaces in the hinterland regions and riverine schools on the coastal regions. There is also increased allocation of personnel and resources for consistent and ongoing monitoring and mentoring of in-service educators to ensure the good quality of education service delivery and deeper, more sustainable, streamline and alignment with our parents through community-based Parent-Teachers Association and the Parent Circles Initiative.
The Guyana Early Childhood Education Project, more commonly referred to as GCEP, was launched in Bartica Region 7 in 2015. The project sought to improve emergent literacy and numeracy outcomes for children at the nursery and primary grade 1 levels in regions 1, 7, 8, 9 and riverine communities along the coast. Project coordinator Quinita Waldron-Lewis said the strong finish is testament to the mental shift in how early childhood education is treated.
They finished stronger. They finished stronger quite possibly because our teachers were better prepared. Our teachers had more interactive teaching and learning material, and they had the partnership of their parents and primary caregivers.
GCEP was conducted in collaboration with the Global Partnership for Education and the World Bank. The U.S. $1.7 million project saw a significant portion of the funding being used to build the capacity of the trainers. 4 to 1 early childhood education master trainers were trained, who in turn monitored and mentored some 526 in-service ECE practitioners. Some 750 early childhood education resource kits were procured and distributed, which benefited 8,000 children, and over 200 primary caregivers benefited from tailored education. For InfoHub, Tiffany Rogers.
Our WhatsApp number is 608-4111. You can also connect with us on Facebook, Instagram, and our website at dpi.gov.gy. Here are your bridge and weather reports. Goodbye.